Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the World Book Day Book Bazaar live stream. Today, we are pleased to invite Ms. Catherine Khoo of Experiences and Experiments Books to introduce and launch her new titles. Let's welcome Ms. Catherine Khoo and her young authors.
Hi everybody. Yeah, welcome to the first time I'm using StreamYard. Okay, here we have with me Megan and Arnav. Yes, hi Arnav, Sadhana and Faith, all right, and two more are still not here. Olivia is coming in. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, everybody. We have 5 young authors today with us for the launch. I think we're short one, right? But meanwhile, okay, let's start. Gary Tan, I think, is the father of one of my young authors. Okay, never mind. Let's start. So I'm going to share my screen. Right. Okay, great. So welcome, everybody. Right. Can you see my screen? I'm sure you can. All right. So bear with me because this is the first time I'm using live streaming. So it can get a bit, but then, yeah. Okay. So we have a new book launch. And basically what we have here are 2 days of live streaming. All right. 5 books for today and 5 books for tomorrow, right, at 8 p.m. So we started on time. Now, I'm going to share with you what basically is a young author, who basically is a young author, right? Okay, so what happens here is that if you have a story, right, and you're below 18 years old and you absolutely love writing your own stories, well, we got you covered. Since 2003, we've been scouring Asia for the best young authors. So this year, the 15th Annual Singapore Young Author Award is now open for registration, right? And we close our submissions on the 31st of August, 2021. Now, how do you enter? Okay, so go to this website. You won't forget that. YAF Program Starter. Okay, and you ask yourself this question. I'm sure a lot of parents are watching the show now. My child writes well. Can he or she write a book? And in small letters, we put, now's your chance to find out. And well, what you can do is go into this site. But yes, most parents ask themselves this question. My child likes to read and my child likes to write, but can they write a book, right? So you can find out now. And so there is a YS Starter Book Workshop, which we are having. It's called Writing My Story My Way. And I'm going to read this out because I didn't prepare a script for it. Under 18s, explore the craft of story writing in this 6-hour workshop. Okay. Imagine the sense of achievement when your child life into that idea, the story he or she has always wanted to write. All stories written in this workshop qualify for the Singapore Young Author Award, with top finalists heading to the annual Asia Young Author Award and the chance of seeing their names in print. Okay, so this is what every young author wants, to see the name in print. Probably every parent, I guess, right? And we have some schedules here. The first schedule, unfortunately, is filled up. It's in May. We have still the second schedule open for booking, right? And then we come to this. Now, you can redeem the workshop, okay, if you purchase $100 of books by our young authors, the titles you can choose from. And it's available, yes, at my e-store, but also at the goguru.com.sg e-store, which you can go to and purchase. And if you do that, okay, you basically can redeem it for a young author starter workshop, right? Right, okay. And it's via Zoom, by the way. Okay, now, if you think, hey, I don't want to do the Singapore Young Author Awards because that's one other, how should I say, a platform. You know, you have to go through another platform or another series. You want to go direct to the Young Author Scheme because, well, my child actually does write well. Okay, and so you can enter the Young Author Scheme. Okay, and how do you register? It's below here. catherinekhoo.sg/YAS stands for the Young Author Scheme dash. Now let me tell you the process of the Young Author Award. it got a bit complicated because last year we actually brought in Philippines and Malaysia, which is good. Okay, and this year hopefully, well, we were starting with India, but because of this whole COVID scare, I don't think we'll be able to do India. It was in the works, yeah, but so we don't have the India Young Author Award, unfortunately, this year. Hopefully it'll come on, but I don't think it would. So we have the Malaysia and we have the Philippines Young Author Award and the Singapore Young Author Award, right? So that's how you do it. For the Singapore Young Author Award, the process is you sign up either for a YS starter or the Young Author Scheme to take part in the Asia Young Author Award, and it's called AYAA. Right? For the YS starter, if you look at the top of the screen, you have a YS starter. You go to the Singapore Young Author Award. That means you enter for that. And then the top 3 finalists will qualify for the Asia Young Author Award and receive individual coaching sessions, right? For myself and my editors. I'll bring them in later, okay? Then if let's say you tell yourself, okay, Singapore Young Author Award, now I want something else. My child can do more. There is the Young Author Scheme. If you look at the bottom, there is a direct entry into the Asia Young Author Award. And contenders, those, well, who did not make it to the finals, if you signed up for the YS starter, you can still sign up for the Young Author Scheme and gain direct entry into the Asia Young Author Award. So 2 ways to do it, okay? A shorter way or going through the SYAA, right? Okay. Now, this Asia Young Author Award gives you a top prize of $1,500, $1,000, and $800 as prizes. And the competition ends 31st August 2021, right? There are 7 genres you can work on, all right? You submit sort of 3,000 to 5,000 words, and you will receive a publishing contract, all right? The top 3 winners, and 10% of the entries will be shortlisted. 10%, if let's say I have 300 entries, 30 will be shortlisted. If I have 400, it will be 40. Yeah? Okay? Right. And now, let's go slow. Okay, it's quiz time, right? And you can win this anthology series worth $40. Right? Let me just go to it. Okay, I have to maneuver. I'm sorry. Okay, here we are. All right, bear with me. Again, this is my first time doing it. Okay, now, the quiz time will be based on questions on things that I've said before, earlier on. So you have listened, what is the word for it? You have listened intently or faithfully, right? You can basically answer these questions, all right? And so what is the first question? There are 2 questions to win this prize. There are 2 answers, okay? And what you do is you key in the comment in your Facebook, I think. Gwen will be monitoring this for me. And we're looking for the number 8 answer, okay? Number 8, the quiz time. The YAS Starter Workshop costs $100. I've said that. You can redeem it by buying $100 worth of Young Author Club books. True or false, right? There are 2 questions, so don't please key in your answer until you answer both. True or false? Either you put a T or an F, okay? Then number 2 is, the Young Author Scheme costs $400. If you register by 15 May for Schedule 1, you get 20% off, a discount, and a YRC Anniversary Pack worth $60. True or false? Okay? Now we're going to wait for you to answer them, all right? And the number 8 will basically win this anthology series. As you answer, I'm going to tell you more about this series. Okay. Now it's done by. Let me just stop sharing first before I come into it. So I stop screen. Okay. Now this series here, the Tales of Magic and Fantasy. All right. And the other one, Asian Tales. They're written by young authors. They are a compilation. We have these anthologies, and basically it says here, be prepared to travel to lands of magic and fantasy and meet beloved characters like Curry the Dragon, Mr. Read-A-Lot the Librarian, Morgana the Witch, and the steel monster Titanius. It's written by authors aged 10 to 16. And the tales in the book are full of action and adventure and will take you to worlds beyond your imagination. Okay, this is the Young Author Club, Tales of Magic and Fantasy. The subtitle, The Magic Prophecy and Other Stories. This one book to be one. And the next series, it's Asian Tales. Asian Tales, Journey to Malaysia, India, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and other parts of Asia through the eyes of Singapore's very own young authors. The stories explore mature themes like belonging, identity, loss, resilience, courage, love, family, and friendship. The tales in this anthology are sure to amuse and delight and may even make you shed a few tears, right? So basically, this is from the Young Authors series, which you can win. All right, now, if you look behind me, I have to move this. What we do is, wrong side, one child, one story, one dream fulfilled. We build young authors, building the next generation of thinkers and writers. Right. Okay. I haven't got any yet. All right, no winners yet. Okay, so this two, so continue keying in your answers. Yeah. Okay. Cecilia or Gwen, have you got any? Ah, okay. We've got one. Have we got one? Shruti. Okay. Oh no, that's an answer. Sorry, that's an answer. Okay. All right. You have to need to see the slide and the. Give me a bit, huh? All right. As with things in technology, you get this problem. Let me share screen again. We have to share screen. All right. So we have to share screen here. Oops. Okay. Window. Share. Okay. So we have it here. The YS Starter Workshop costs $100. You can redeem it by buying $100 worth of clouds, true or false, right? So it's a T or an F, right? And you have to do the second answer as well, please. Okay, that is $40 worth of books. The Young Author Scheme costs $400. If you register by 15 May for Schedule 1, you get 20% discount and the YRC Anniversary Pack worth $60. What you might want to do if you can't find the answer is to go into catherineco.sg, okay, /YS, and the answers are there. All right, true or false. We're gonna wait a bit more for the number 8 to come on. All right, so what you do is you key in T or F, okay, for the first one, and then for the second one it's T or F. All right, so if you think it's true for both, so it's TT or TF or FT or something, okay? All right, into your Facebook or YouTube, I think, comments, and it will probably show, and Gwen is monitoring it now. Okay. All right. Okay. So while they are monitoring it, yes, so this is basically the 2 books that you stand to win. Well, the 2 books are very lovely. The illustrations are pretty good. Yeah, Young Author Club. For Tales of Magic and Fantasy, you have The Magic Prophecy and Other Stories, and these are written by young authors 10 to 16. It's designed very well. Yeah, and the stories are there. Asian Tales, you have this called Pen Pal in Peril and Other Stories. The story itself, Pen Pal in Peril, was actually written in one of the tsunamis, I think the very first one, the Boxing Day. My young author was like only about 11, and then she read about it. Now she's 21 already. And she basically wrote a story about that. It won an award, and then we are there. Yeah? Okay. Right. Okay. So we just wait a bit more, maybe a minute more, because apparently there are answers coming in. We're looking for number 8. Right. If you don't win, don't worry, because I have 5, and this is the first one. Okay. Just listen intently, and you get it. All right. And if you don't win anything tonight, don't worry. There's tomorrow still. Okay. Great. Cool. Right. So answers, come on. Right. Okay, all right. So let's wait a bit more, maybe a minute more, and then I will continue with basically that. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is to continue with wait, give me a while. All right, and so we have yeah. All right, so this is the quiz again. I'm gonna flash it one last time. You either answer true or false. All right. First one I think is pretty easy because I've said it many times. The second one is, well, I guess available in the website if you care to come into it. All right. If you register by 15 May, there's some clues here for Schedule 1. You get 20% off and the YRC anniversary pack worth $60. So is it true or is it false? Huh? Okay. So either TT or TF or FT or FF. Okay. Either one. All right. So we continue. Right. Okay. Now, before I bring in my young authors, these are the 30 books that are launched, 30 of them, 30 shortlisted. There were 3 winners in them. All right. I'll tell you about them later. So what do you do? You get in touch with creativity and help build the next generation of thinkers and writers. That's what the Young Authors Club, the Young Author Award, anything to do with young authors is about. Yeah. Because the young are talented, the young are creative. It's just that I guess in school we don't recognize that, or we just have so much to do that we forget that kids need to think, kids need to get in touch with their creativity to write. Yeah. So the books that you see on your screen here, 30 of them, they're illustrated by the young authors, by the way, and they are the ones that have and they're published. Yeah, they're published on our e-store. And also, we're working with Book Guru for this. It's a World Book Day promotion. This is the QR code. So if you could maybe take a scan, right, to get the books. Yeah. Okay. And now I want to go into basically the young authors themselves. Yeah. So this is the e-store that we have. It's the Young Author Club. The Young Author Club is our club. Well, it's a pretty inclusive club, not exclusive, where young authors gather. They participate in quite a few things. We had quite a lot of things happening before COVID days, but now because of COVID, we stopped that for a while and we meet via Zoom. Young authors contribute as well, and this batch of young authors that won last year, basically they're helping us to do quite a few things, writing and stuff like that. I mean, that's being a young author. Okay, and the books are available there. Okay, and you have also the Young Reader Club magazine. You will see we profile a young author. We feature them in every issue. For 2021, we're doing 4 issues a year. 4 issues a year. And this is the latest issue. YRC number 47, right? 47, you see that we vary male and female, yeah, but lately I think we've been doing mostly female. So when is our editor, we should start looking for a male to feature, a male young author. Okay, right, and so meet my editors. This is Gwen. You'll be seeing Gwen. Gwen is the editor for the YRC magazine. YRC incidentally stands for the Young Reader Club. And I have Rafi as well. Rafi hails from the Philippines, yeah. She used to be a screenwriter, I think. Yeah, but she joined us, and she's our assistant editor. Unfortunately, she cannot join us today because she has 2 babies. One, I think, just a few months old, and another bigger one. And her baby just got sick, so she won't be joining us today. Since I'm here, I'll just read to you what Young Reader Club is about. Young Reader Club is the host of excellent stories by 10 to 14, actually 16. Singapore and beyond. They write their stories usually at 14, and by the time they come to us, they're about 16. Stories featured are selected from the Young Author Award, Asia's premier award for young writing talent, as well as building the next generation of thinkers and writers. That's what we all do, and that's what all parents do and teachers. The Young Reader Club creates diverse opportunities for readers to be inspired, challenged, educated, and entertained. Yes, that's what building the next generation of thinkers and writers are about. We are proud of our reputation of presenting excellent works of art. Isn't writing words of art? Supporting emerging writers. We stopped working with you when you turn 18 because after that you would have no time to write. But any time from 10 to probably 17, okay? And connecting young authors with audiences of all nationalities across lifestyles and cultures. Yeah. So this is what the Young Reader Club hope to do. Okay. What we also hope to do is basically to build this generation so that they can build another generation. The Young Reader Club actually started in 2010. The Young Author Scheme started in 2003, and by the time we come, that's about 8 years. 2010, I decided I had enough to basically start the magazine. It was pretty tough days, yeah, because these days people don't read print. They go and we're still around, yeah, and we hope to build more young authors. And also, we have young author contributors for the magazine, and you'll be seeing some of them. I think Sim Ling, she comes tomorrow for the second day, and Jole is from Malaysia. Yeah, we have a few, and this person here, Ethan, he used to be a young author. Yeah, we might bring him on another day, right? So follow our page. Yeah. Right. And so, yes, quiz time again. Before that, can I just check with Gwen whether we have any winners for the first one?
Yes, we actually do. So the winner is actually Shriti Naya Gandhi. She's the first one to respond. So, yes, she will get it for answering both answers correct.
Okay. She's number 8. She's number 8. Is she number 8, Gwen? Okay, all right. So basically, Shruti, I think you are Tanvi's mother, right? Okay, great. Congratulations, Shruti. Okay, all right. So we come to the next one. All right. So quiz time. Win this anthology. All right. For those that didn't respond, this time is much easier. Seriously. Okay. It is. Young author stories are published under the Young Author Club imprint. Is it true or is it false? Right? I said it many times. In fact, I think there's a clue on top. Young author stories are published under the Young Author Club imprint. Is it true or is it false? Now, the second one, I mentioned it just now. Which year was the Young Reader Club magazine first published? Is it A, 2015, B, 2010, C, 2020? Okay, so your answer would be is a T or an F. All right, so T and then B, something like that. Okay, or if you think it's false, F and then B or A or C or whatever. Okay, all right, I gave away a clue just now. So while Gwen again is waiting for the answers, all right, let me tell you more about the Young Author Club and maybe about quite a few things that are there. Okay. All right, so the Young Author Club, we published basically the Young Author Club is a club. Okay, we actually work with the National Library Board for quite a while on grooming young authors, I guess, and we had them come after school time to basically come into this club where they learn about writing and stuff like that. And I had my editors facilitate it. We had authors, we had people kids who came who enjoyed writing. We had kids who come to improve their grammar. And we have parents who send kids to come because I guess parents are busy and they just want to put their kids in the library. That's fine actually, because when you put your kid in the library, they read. And when they read, basically they gain more knowledge. Yeah, so that's what yes. So I see here, Shruti, you are the winner, all right, of the first quiz. The second quiz, I'm going to put the thing on after I speak about all this. So yeah, so the Young Author Club existed in the library for a while. It was in the Woodlands Regional Library, and we did for quite a while in the Marine Parade Library. Yeah, but we stopped that, well, it's quite a few years ago, right? But we were very heartened to have young people come in, like probably about 9, 10, and they they just wanted to write, yeah. And the Young Author Club, in a sense, the club itself is a forerunner of basically quite a lot of programs that we have with schools, yeah. And I'm 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 really happy to say that since 2003 we've groomed many young authors. Some of them have been with us to this day, and they work with us on various things, and we just hope to continue this because kids are creative, and I do believe that they should be able to write and to create and to have hope. That what they say. And writing is very therapeutic. When you write, you go into your own world. Yeah, I'm sure Gwen and Rafi will agree with me. Yeah, because in when you read a book, you basically believe that you are in that world. Yeah, and I'm going to show you this. I can find it. Okay, so I have this, which I picked up in a store in Sydney. Right, it's a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. Right, and this guy that says it, George Martin, I googled him, and apparently he's a philosopher. Okay, so but what is important is what is said here: a reader lives 1,000 lives. Yeah, and the man who never reads lives only once. I'm sure my young authors will agree with me, and I'm sure they're waiting there patiently. All right, while we are looking for the 8th winner again. Okay, let us continue. Right. Okay. So we have this here, right? And so again, the quiz is young author stories are published under the Young Author Club in print, true or false? Which year was the Young Reader Club magazine first published? I think we are over 10 years old, yeah. So I think you might know the answer now. Okay, right, next. And we have, so welcome to day one. It's like quite a while, yeah, before I bring on my young authors, but do stay around because there are more prizes to be won. And so today we're presenting Olivia Chia. Olivia, I'm going to read what she said about writing. Olivia is from Paya Lebar Methodist Girls' School. Okay, and she said the young author scheme really broadened my perspective, and I learned so much more than just how to write good stories. The facilitator, apparently was me, was very engaging and shared some insights from her deep experience in the world of publishing. The workshop was also very fun, especially the sharing of ideas with other aspiring young writers, something you don't often get to do in school. You even get to illustrate your own story, and Olivia did her own illustration. All authors do their own cover illustration. As an avid reader, the opportunity to learn about how books are actually made was invaluable. Okay, so first we have Olivia Chia. Olivia incidentally won the 3rd prize for the 2020 Young Author Award. Okay, and then we have Anaf Goel, who's from DPS International. And Anaf says, as the proverb goes, practice makes perfect. The Young Author Scheme was an opportunity that allowed me to practice and get a little closer to the perfection that we all strive towards. Along with improving my English grades, well, it does actually help you if you write a lot, yeah. It has also helped me to overcome my lack of confidence. Today, I've finally been able to create a story that I can be proud of, all thanks to the YS. Okay, and that's Anna. Next, we have Megan. Megan now is in the School of the Arts. She wrote this, I think, when she was in, I think she was in CHIJ Kellogg, if I'm not wrong. I'll check with Megan later. I joined the YS course last year. Kudos to my mom's encouragement. At first, I was skeptical about joining as the course took place during my precious school holidays. Yeah, school holidays are really precious. However, I was not disappointed. It opened my eyes to the beauty of writing, and I developed a passion for it. It taught me that writing is a heaven where I can express myself in any way that I want, where everything is possible. Yes, it is true. Writing, you can do anything with your story. Yeah? There are no limits. Now, writing has grown to be an important part of my life. So thank you, YS and Mom, for showing me how amazing writing is. Yes. And the next one, we have Sadhana Kumar, who is from Cedar Girls Secondary School. And Sadhana says, I've loved writing since I was 9 years old. I was first introduced to story writing by my father when he saw me reading lots of books and suggested that I write stories myself. Yes, I think authors start like that. They enjoy reading first. After that, I stumbled upon websites for me to post my stories, and my interest in writing grew. I found out about the Young Author Awards last year when I was looking for opportunities to publish. I'm grateful to have received the chance for my story to be published. Right? And finally, I think we have Phoebe To, who is from Singapore Chinese Girls School. And she says, I enjoy writing because it is a good avenue for me to be imaginative, to tell stories of different experiences. I can create a world that is different from mine and to express topics and messages to readers to see things from different perspectives. The Young Author Scheme has provided an opportunity for me to develop and explore is actually my writing skill. It definitely allowed me to enhance my writing skills and boost my confidence. Right. Thank you. Right. So we have 5 young authors today. Tomorrow we have another 5. Right. And wow. Okay. It seems I'm giving away a lot of prizes, but there are no contenders. Gwen, do we have a previous winner? A winner for the previous one?
Yes, we do. So the winner is actually Josephine Ong. She answered true for the first question, and for the second question, she answered 2010, 2010.
Beautiful. Yes, thank you. Okay, so we have Josephine, right? Her name? Or is it Jared?
Yes, Josephine Ong.
Josephine, yes. So Josephine, if you could, it's flashing on the screen, but do contact 88210431. Not tonight, please. Tomorrow or day after, okay, or just WhatsApp. Because you need to claim your prize, huh? Okay, contact 88210431. Okay, great. So we have 2 winners and they're all women. So do mothers think, do women tune into things like these and not fathers or men? All right, I hope the next winner will be a male. Okay, but you have to listen very intently. Okay, and so the next question, let me see. Okay, the next question is, okay, this one. If you had listened or you have listened while I read it, okay, you can actually see it on screen, but I read it. How many young authors mentioned their parents in their dedication? And how many young authors mentioned the Young Author Scheme or Award? We're also looking for the number 8, all right? But this number, I'm going to give you some clues. I'm going to go back and flash it so that at least you can start counting if you have not listened. Okay, all right. So we have, did I start Oliver? Okay, day 1, we had Oliver. All right, so the question was, how many young authors mentioned their parents in their dedication? Okay, parents, right? And the second question was, how many young authors, there are 5 here, okay, mention the Young Author Scheme or the Young Author Award or something related to the young authors, okay? All right, so I'm going to flip through this very slowly, okay, while you get your answers, all right? So the first question was, how many mentioned their parents, right? We have to dedicate some things to parents, right? I mean, they're the ones that brought us up and gave us, brought us to the Young Author Scheme, yeah, all right? So this is Olivia from Paya Lebar Methodist Girls School. I'm sure you have time to read this, okay, all of you. And then we have Anaf. Anaf is from DPS International, right? And then we have Megan. Megan's from School of the Arts. Yeah, you can see in her photo, she took it in front of the School of the Arts. Cool. right? Even the shortened form, the abbreviated form of the young authors is it's what do you call is valid, yeah, to answer the question, right? After that, number 4 is Sadhana. Sadhana is from Cedar Girls Secondary, right? Okay, and then where do I get it? And number, no, we go back. Okay, that's Megan, that's Sadhana, and we have Phoebe. Okay, Phoebe is from Singapore Chinese Girls School. Okay, so what you have now is the anthology. Okay, I'm not going to say too much about it. And the questions, right? So you have a number there. Okay, put the number. You think it's 3, then you put 3, and then how many young authors mentioned the young author scheme? You think it's 4, then you put 3, 4. Okay, or 2, 5, or 1, 6. Sorry, 1, 5 or something. Okay, all right. Okay, great. So I'm going to continue this because my young authors are waiting there. Okay, so before that, I must do a commercial break, huh? All right. Do get the books. All 30 of them are available on the Go Guru store, and this is available on my e-store as well. But then we're having this promotion with Go Guru, so please scan the QR code so that you can buy the books. And if you buy $100 worth of them, and it's very easy to buy 100, I think you buy 10, if I'm not wrong, you probably will get your $100. And with that receipt, you basically can redeem it for YS Starter Workshop, okay, for your child, right? Because I'm sure parents are watching this, right? And you stand a chance of, winning the Singapore Young Author Awards, and then going into the Asia Young Author Awards, okay? Or where you get to read more books, yeah, and books written by young authors. And what we hope to do is to build the next generation of thinkers and writers, young people, young children who love to write, yeah, and they just don't have the opportunity to, yeah. All right, so let's continue. Right, so now we start my young author journey, and I'm sure my young authors have been waiting very long for this. Right, let me get to the page. Do listen as well, because do listen intently as well, because we are going to ask them questions. All right, and for this, basically, you have to listen, because the questions will be basically about them. Okay, so author journey, and we start first with the first question. All of them are going to do this. How was your writing process for the book? Right, and we have the first person to answer is Phoebe. Right. Phoebe, who wrote DW, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Phoebe, and it belongs to the genre of mystery and adventure. We have 7 genres in the young author scheme. Yeah. So Phoebe, can you unmute yourself? Or I don't know how this works. I'm good with Zoom, but not with this. Yeah. So Phoebe, are you there? Phoebe, could you unmute yourself?
Hi Catherine. So Phoebe today she won't be able to make it today. She'll be joining the event tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No worries. We'll have 6 tomorrow. Okay. Let me just say something about Phoebe, because now I was expecting her to. Okay. Phoebe wrote this book, DW. I've got the book itself with me. All right. And give me a while. Maybe I should stop sharing. All right. Let me stop sharing for a bit. Okay, right. So she wrote this book, DW, and it's a very fantastic book. I'm just going to read the synopsis of the book. Kim has led a lonely life after her older brother was diagnosed with autism. They lost family time, and the parents' relationship was strained due to handling their autistic child. A murder led to more complications in her life. Kim and Kimberly found connection with each other. They were of different personalities and characters, but they were one. Who exactly was Kim? Right. So that is the synopsis of the story. And about Phoebe, she's from SCGS, like I pointed out. She likes writing, reading, and drawing. She got inspired to write this story from reading a medical book on patients who were suffering from split personality disorders. So we're going to hear from Phoebe tomorrow. She couldn't make it today, I guess. Yeah. So, all right. So we go on to the next now. So again, the young authors is about one child, one story, one dream fulfilled. You can see that behind me. Okay, all right, and let me share again. Please bear with me if you are very good with StreamYard. I'm not. Okay, and then we go to window and we share. Okay, share. Okay, so this is Phoebe, right? And she'll be joining us tomorrow. And we have next Olivia. I'm sure Olivia is in. Olivia, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes. Hi, Olivia. The question.
Hello.
Hi, Olivia. Olivia won third prize for this book that she wrote, Bathtub Mermaid, right? And it's a very cute, drawing that she has. Maybe you can tell me more about writing it, as in like where do you get the idea from and your process?
So, inspiration for the story idea actually came as a result of doing some random Google searches on the internet. So, as a 9-year-old at that time, sometimes when I got bored, I would just open my laptop and type in the first thing that comes into my head. So, on that day, it happened to be this question: Do mermaids have knees?
Whoa.
So I
okay.
actually found a whole platform on it, and I just found it fascinating how people would go to great lengths to prove their point. For example, I actually saw one artist who drew out the anatomy of a mermaid.
Wow.
So
Uh-huh.
at that time, I just found that really funny. So from then, the cornerstone of the story took shape.
Right.
So while I was writing the book, I procrastinated a lot while writing it because I didn't really have inspiration to start writing.
Right. How long did it take you to write?
It took me about a day and a half because although I was procrastinating at first, eventually inspiration came at the dead of the night.
Right.
So
wow.
I actually stayed up until quite late to finish the first draft of it. And I really had to get quite comfortable before writing it. In fact, I was sprawled on the floor with my blanket. So that might be one of the reasons why I took more than a day to finish the first draft of the story.
Right. Yeah, great. Okay. So where do you draw inspiration from? I mean, like, okay, so you procrastinated a lot, but I'm sure all authors procrastinate. It's like, okay, I need to finish this book, but hey, I got something else to do, and then I'll come back to it, and they never come back to it. Yeah. So how did you sort of like get away from your procrastination?
Well, actually, sometimes before I go to bed, I would think of scenarios in my head, certain ideas for books. At that time, I was really into the fantasy genre. So I thought a lot about scenarios for my book idea in this particular genre.
Right.
And trying to overcome this writer's block also included going to a certain room of my house where it was really quiet and just taking a whole stack of books in the fantasy genre with me.
Right.
I would reread them for several hours just to see if I could draw inspiration anywhere.
Right.
That's actually how my inspiration came as well. I was reading in bed.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I do a lot of that as well. Yeah, reading in bed. Yeah. Okay. And you have two sisters, right?
Yes.
Two younger sisters. Yes. And
one elder and one younger, actually.
Sorry, you are the middle child.
Sorry.
So did they help you much, or were they a nuisance when you were writing?
Actually, I would just say a little bit of both. Because, well, if you have sisters, I'm sure you would understand that it can be both a blessing and a curse. Because it's always nice to know that there's somebody there for you.
Right.
Especially when you're writing a book. So you will face a lot of writer's blocks. So it was always nice to just have the presence of my sisters with me or to listen to some of their feedback. But it could also be a little bit annoying when their feedback got a bit too excessive. However, I wouldn't wish my sisters away.
What were some of the things they said? What were some of the things that they said? Just one or two.
If I remember correctly, I remember my elder sister remarking that I should allow my antagonist to
Mhm.
feature in an earlier portion of the book, because in my original draft he only came out towards the end of the story, and
Right.
that actually complicated things a little bit and it made the story less interesting. So
Right.
she suggested that I moved the antagonist up in the story. In fact, she
Uh-huh.
also suggested some ways that I could do that without messing up the plot of the story too much.
Very good. So is that considered a nuisance or is that considered some helpful advice?
That was actually quite helpful for me because without her advice, I wouldn't have shifted my antagonist up in the story.
Yes. And the judges that judge your story, I think they were very taken in with your story. Yeah, so your sister's advice actually did help. Yeah, okay, great. We had the process. Okay, thank you, Olivia. So I have to go now to the next. Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thanks, Olivia. I'll come back to you again. Yeah, and we have the next person who is Megan. Megan, are you there? Serendipity.
Hi, yes, I'm
Megan.
here.
Yes, hi, Megan. Yes, okay. And Megan, the question was, how was your process for the book? The writing process for the book?
Well, first of all, writing this book was something that I had enjoyed greatly because I
Mhm.
was taking my PSLE that year, and that was a major exam. So writing really served as a rest point for me to relax
Right.
after long hours of studying. It was also my first time writing a book, so I found the experience really intriguing. So
Right.
I worked on it at every opportunity I had. So
Okay.
it was fun coming out with the character setting and storyline, but because this is my first time writing, I did
Right.
not really have a clear viewpoint of where I wanted the story to go and what I wanted
Okay.
to work towards. So what
Right.
I did was simply begin to write.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Okay.
fun part about it is when the eureka hits and then you can actually see where you want your story to go to. So that
Mhm.
was quite satisfying. And
Yes.
I think around the point I was into Harry Potter a lot and I loved the idea of a dormitory and an empty school like to
Right.
yourself. So my
Right.
storyline is really based around that setting.
Great. Okay. Right. So that is Megan. And Megan, I think I said earlier on that you wrote this in primary six when you were in CHIJ Kellogg, right?
Yep.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. That was my former primary school as well. That's why I remembered. Yeah. So you were 12 and now you're in School of the Arts. What year are you in?
I'm in year 2 now.
Okay. And so how did writing actually work for you? I mean, School of the Arts is about about the arts, right? So what are you pursuing there?
So writing really helped me in a way that it allowed me to go into SOTA in the first place by joining the literary arts program.
Wonderful.
And now I actually have an opportunity to, write whenever I please instead of constantly being restricted by, certain timings. Because in the past we were just forced to write model compositions, so it wasn't really,
Mm,
and a place where we can explore our writing.
right. Wonderful, wonderful. So, okay. Thank you, Megan. Yeah. So the next person I would like to call on is you have Megan. Yeah, Megan, you have shorter hair now. The previous picture you had very long hair. Yeah. Okay. That's what I noticed, I guess. Okay. The next person that I'm going to call on is Sadhana. Sadhana who wrote Spark. Yes, and Sahana, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Sahana. Sahana is from Cedar Girls. And one thing I'm always curious before I start on with how is your writing process for the book is your cover. Right. Tell me something more about your cover.
So,
What was it inspired?
if you look at my cover, it's basically like a window, and
Yes.
I was inspired to use a window as my cover because I think it kind of shows how my main character was sort of shielded from the world.
Right. Okay. Shielded from the world. Yes. Okay. Let me get yours. I didn't manage to get yours. Okay. And whoa. Okay. Her synopsis, Sadhana's synopsis is very short. Dell never thought she'd dare to escape the human weaponization program facility until she did. Wow. Okay. So it's short and it says things people want to flip into this book. Yeah. And you started writing when you were 9. Yes,
Yeah.
and you how old this year?
This year I'm 15.
15. And I think I said earlier on that your father gave you lots of books to read and that encouraged you to want to write.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you wrote when you're 9. What was the first story you wrote? Can you imagine? Can you
Mm,
remember?
I don't really remember, but I know that I started off with the normal school compositions.
Uh-huh.
Then I got really interested in writing.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you, Sahana. Right. And now we. Sorry, the writing process. Sorry, I forgot all about that. How was your writing process for the book?
Basically, the idea for the book, I had the idea for a long time because at the time I was really into science fiction books like Maze Runner.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lot of inspiration from the Maze Runner and the Hunger Games and stuff like that to write my
Right.
book.
Okay.
And the process of actually writing the book, I wrote an entire draft, and
Mm.
then I kind of redid the entire book because I thought it wasn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have a few writer's blocks, but I think after a while I got over the writer's blocks and I'm pretty happy with the final result.
Right. And how do you get over the writer's block? I mean, for wannabe writers out here.
I think to get over a writer's block, you need a break from writing and like take a walk or something would help you to get some more inspiration from the things around you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I remember I had a young author who who appeared with me because then we had this off the shelf program that was there many years ago. His name was Kendrick. Yeah, I still remember him. And he wrote in his dedication because all young authors have to write a dedication like you did your dedication, which is to my parents who introduced me to story writing. Yeah. So this boy, he's now a man. Okay, I think he's doing law in NUS. Okay, his name is Kendrick Lam, and he said he dedicated to his mother. Okay, who wanted him to write 100 words a day. Yeah, and thought that was fascinating. That was cute, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like my mom said I have to write 100 days, 100 words. So he wrote 100 words a day. Yeah, and he finished his book. Quite an interesting book called Mr. Read a Lot. You know, who went around. It's like nursery rhymes. You know, where you went around, you have a whole mishmash of all the nursery rhyme characters, and then you solve stuff. Yeah. So I don't know whether Kendrick is listening now because I actually invited him for this. He should be 25 this year, I think. Yeah, so we groom our young authors. He came in 2006, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you, Sahana. I remember Kendrick when you told me about when you spoke about writing and getting off for a day or so. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sahana.
Thank
Now let
you.
me go to my next one. Who is hey, I think I'm doing well with live stream, right, Cecilia? Yeah, just not that fast, but then getting there. And the next one is the only boy here. Okay, I do have boys, but he's the only boy in this today.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. There is like I'm not sure you're here, but I hear somebody else behind.
Could you just give me a minute, please?
Okay, great. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. It's okay.
Right. No worries. I like that picture behind you. What is that? The picture behind you.
Oh, it's the artwork from IKEA.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah, it's artwork from IKEA.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Anna, for let me get a book. Thank you, Anna, for coming by. And yes, how was your writing process for the book? Maybe something I want to ask you before that. Okay. I want to read something
Okay,
about
so
you. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Can
can
you?
you?
Okay, all right. So I want to read something about you before I ask you that question. Anaf is a student from the Indian state of Delhi and is currently settled in Singapore. When did you come to Singapore?
All the way in 2012. So it's been a long time, 8 years, 9 years,
Wow.
9 years. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, so when you're a little child. He is 14 years old and studies at DPS International School. That's what you wrote.
Yeah.
Being a fan of creativity from his early childhood days, Anaf loved experimenting with different plots. That's pretty good. Strumming the guitar as a hobby and playing badminton as his dream job. Arnav already knew the language of love as well as how to express the feeling of pain and difficulty in his stories. Wow, fantastic, Arnav. Are you cringing while I'm reading this? No, right? Okay, all right. So tell me, what was your process of writing? Yours is called Trouble at Tame. That's the book that you wrote. First, tell me, what is Trouble at Thames?
Oh, well, I mean, I think so. I wrote the title like last minute after the story. So I think so. The original submission date was 31st March, and I just completed the story on 30th March. So I
Wow.
just came up with a title on because there was like a nearby river known as Thames in London. So I saw Google Earth, and then that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Aha, okay. So it was written last minute. It's okay because I do things last minute
Yeah.
as well. I learned StreamYard, for this like last minute as well. I finished my PowerPoint last minute as well. So no worries. I think basically when it's last minute you function better, right? No? Okay, I'm last minute.
Yeah,
Last
yeah,
minute
it's
person,
more
but
pressure.
for exams, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right, great. So we have your writing process. So I know it's last minute, but did you go through a writing process? I mean, or it just came all of a sudden?
No, I went through the right process. So I think so. I took around like 3 months to write the whole story, and
Right.
so I've always been a really big fan of Sherlock Holmes. So not the
Mhm.
exact copy, but its basis. So in the story, you have the main detective Anderson, and then you have a
Mhm.
partner and a
Right.
landlord lady, which is quite similar to a plot of Sherlock Holmes. And when I started writing, so I came across many articles on drug usage, and it gave
Mhm.
me a good insight into how people were thrown into prisons or not given a second chance to redeem themselves or
Yes. Yes.
cure their usage. So yeah, so I with the story I hope to further the cause of forgiveness and hope that close friends and family members can support the victims of drug abuse.
Yes. Yes. That's really sad, huh? I mean, and you at so young a age can understand that. That's pretty good. I also understand that you volunteer. Yeah. Tell me something more about that.
Okay, so I volunteer around like 3 hours or 3 hour 30 minutes per week, and so there are two organizations I volunteer for. On each Thursday, there's this organization known as Social Health Group. So I
Mm-hmm.
give one-on-one digital literacy sessions where we
Right.
teach basic things such as usage of WhatsApp or how to enable two-factor authentication.
Right.
For the rest 2 hours, I volunteer on Sundays through
Right.
an organization known as Code in the Community. So
Right.
there I teach Python to and robotics using Microbit to
Mm-hmm.
teenagers, and it's a face-to-face session. And I manage a class of 5 students.
Wonderful. Wonderful. At such an age, you are 15 this year, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
16.
Okay. 16 this year. Yeah. And you'll be taking your O levels, I guess, or you're going to the IB, or you have
No,
gone to the
oh,
IB. I'm sorry, you're
no,
in
I'm in
DPS.
an international school. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm taking A levels.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Great. So you'll be taking it in 2 years, right? In 2 years' time?
No, yeah, I'm in 11th grade right now. So we have two board exams, one in 11th and one in 12th. So
Okay.
this year and next year.
Right. Okay. Amazing. And you still find time to volunteer. That's very good. Yeah. Okay. Right. So we have. I think I've finished getting. Oh yes. Okay. So after this question with Anab, yeah, we come on to. Thank you, Anab. I'll be seeing you again. We'll come now
Thank
to
you.
the next one. Okay. Now, the third winner. Is there a third winner, Gwen? Gwen, are you there? Do we have a third winner? It seems I'm giving away too many prizes. There's no third winner. Gwen, are you there? Gwen, are you there? Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, Gwen did that, and I wasn't looking at the screen. Abhinav, you're winner of the first quiz. Okay, it's actually the third, right? Okay. So we got that the third quiz to win the Young Author Anthology series. First quiz was Shruti, second was Josephine, and Abhinav was third. Yeah. So please WhatsApp 8821 which to claim your prize. Okay. I think when you WhatsApp, you have to give your details, as in your name and your address, I guess. Okay, and if there's anything, we'll call you or check with you again. Okay, great. So now we come to the fourth question. The fourth question, actually, I have yet to think because, but all right. Now, the fourth question is actually based on one of my young authors. Those have answered the question. Okay, so you have listened intently because there's nothing to read now. It's just listening. One of them, okay, you have to give me a name now, huh? Okay, not a number or anything. One of them mentioned Sherlock Holmes. Reason why I'm asking this question is because Sherlock Holmes is also my favorite character. He's my favorite detective, other than another one, who is Hercule Poirot, written by a detective by Agatha Christie. I used to read all the books, okay, and now there is a series on. But Sherlock Holmes, yeah, okay, one of the young authors mentioned Sherlock Holmes. I want a name. You don't have to give me the surname if you can't remember that, but I want a name, okay? Give me a name, and you can claim your prize. Do remember it's two prizes. I mean, an anthology series. Okay, it's worth $40. Okay, you have Tales of Magic and Fantasy, all right, and then Asian Tales. Okay, these two are in print form, print and ebooks. I have another two which are only ebooks, but these two are very beautifully designed. Okay, and while waiting for the results, okay, maybe I'll just read some of the stories, some blurbs of the story. Okay, Curry the Timid Dragon. Okay, let me just show you because I'm so proud of the illustrations. Incidentally, they're not done by the young authors, but by a very talented artist. Okay, you have to back up, and it's here. Just give me some time. I must find the story. Curry. Oh yes, this is the one. Kendrick Lam. Okay, he was the one I was mentioning, where his mother asked him to write 100 words. Kendrick Lam, and A Jump into Storyland. That was the title. And then you have Mr. Read a Lot. Yeah. Okay, so you look at the pictures; they're fascinating. Yeah. And then you have yeah, this is the other one. There was Humpty Dumpty. You can, I'm sure, recognize Humpty Dumpty here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to find the other one which I really love while waiting for some results. There's Poison Tomato. Okay. Maybe I should tell you more about this. The Poison Tomato. That's written. This book was published in 2013. This collection of stories, and this boy called Jonathan Tan. He actually joined my class, and he was then a very chubby little boy. Okay, where's Jonathan? Here you are. He wrote this when he was 12, okay? But do remember this was some time ago, and he's now a doctor, but he's in London, okay? And I hope he's well, okay? So it's very interesting. He says here, let me see. In an alternative reality, Cinderella is a powerful sorceress who is jealous of her stepmother's beauty. So she creates a magic mirror that has the power to suck all of stepmother's beauty and transfer it to herself. So it's a reverse Cinderella thingy. But her plans fail miserably. When the Prince Ball arrives, she goes alone, while stepmother is stuck at home with extra chores. But Cinderella's spell to make the prince fall in love with her also fails. Then Cinderella's old spell teacher, Rumpelstiltskin, okay, he put in Rumpelstiltskin, if you know the story of Rumpelstiltskin, gives her poisoned tomato to kill her stepmother. Will Cinderella's diabolical plan succeed this time, or can she really change for a chance at true love and happiness? And now I think you'll love this. Yeah. Okay, so this is written by Jonathan Tan, cute little 12-year-old boy. Now, I haven't seen him for a while, so I don't know really how much he has grown. Okay, but I want to tell you about this story while we're waiting for some results. Okay, how does you know? Okay, I must mention Li Wei. Lee Wei came to me at primary 5. He was from ACS Primary, and he wrote 11,000 word called Chains of Fate, 11,000 word novella. Okay, and Lee Wei is very interesting. He plays rugby actually, and from a chubby, I'm sorry Wei if you're listening, chubby little boy to somebody who's really fit, yeah. And Lee Wei incidentally was President Scholar in 2017. Yeah, he went off, I think, to, can't remember, was it Yale or Princeton or one of the universities, the Ivy League ones. He had a scholarship, I think, to do foreign affairs, I don't know, foreign studies or something. What do you call that? Law and something else, I can't remember. But anyway, he should be back in Singapore now. That's Lee Wei. Yeah, okay. And okay, are we getting any? Okay, so viewers, if you are here still, okay, or if you are waiting for my next quiz, all right, can you please like and share this video? Okay, it will help our young authors. I mean, I'm sure you know some of the young authors, that's why you're here, or your friends of the parents, yeah? If you could like and share, because you're on Facebook now, or YouTube, if you could. I know there's like and share in Facebook. I don't know about YouTube. Okay, but yeah, if you could help us by building this generation of thinkers and writers. And who knows, I mean, you are parents too. You could have children that I guess like to write. Okay, so yeah, okay, buy the books to read it, and hopefully they will gain some inspiration, or they enjoy writing, because people who enjoy writing first must enjoy reading. If I love to read, I would want to write. Okay, and we are in the process of building the next generation of thinkers and writers, and you can help us too. Okay, and what is the Young Author Scheme about? It's about one child, one story, one dream fulfilled. Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm told I must repeat the quiz question again. Let me go to it. The question is, one of our, I was going to go to it, then I realized I don't have any, any slide for that. It's just a question that was asked. Okay. One of my young authors, like Sherlock Holmes, okay, the detective. I'm sure you know who Sherlock Holmes is. Whether you see him, the Sherlock Holmes that is many years ago, Sherlock, the book itself, or you follow the series, I think it's Cumberbatch, okay, or I can't remember who's the other one. Yes, Anna, maybe you can enlighten me. There's Bernard Cumberbatch, right, who played Sherlock Holmes, and that's the other one. He was Iron Man. I can't remember his name.
I think it's Robert Downey Jr.
Again?
It's Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yes, okay, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, you can guess how old am I? I don't watch things like that. Okay, I only watched the old one. We had Nigel Rathbone, and I can't remember who's the other one. Okay, but Sherlock Holmes, yeah. How many of you like Sherlock Holmes, huh? I know Arnav mentioned it because I asked him, but what about Sahana, Megan, Olivia? Do you read Sherlock Holmes stories, or do you read detective stories? Do you enjoy it? No? You can unmute yourself and answer me. I'm trying to play for time here, because I haven't got an answer. Yes. So anyone? No?
Yeah, I like detective stories.
Great. Wonderful. Okay, so I actually gave away the answer, huh? All right. So whoever that is, I mean, you are still trying to find the answer. I've given you the answer. Okay. Right. So the quiz question is repeated and the quiz answer is given. Right. So have we got a winner, Gwen? No? Okay, I'll go on to my next then.
Catherine, can you hear me? So the answer that all of them, or at least the ones that answered, who gave answer is Arnav Goel. So it's actually one of our young authors.
Yeah. Oh, really? Arnav,
Yes.
you got. He. Can we disqualify him? I mean, he is. We are organizers now. He's not. He's a guest, right? So guests can answer. Okay, Arnav, you got your anthology series. Okay. All right. Cool. Right. So now we go to the next
Oh
one.
no, sorry, let me clarify. It's not Anna who got the series, but some of our viewers commented that he is the answer to the quiz question.
Oh, great, great. So you got the number 8, because I think we're looking for number 8.
Mm. Yes.
And okay. And who is the winner?
The winner right now is Gauri Kuma.
Ah, okay, another mother.
Yes.
I know Gauri. Okay, no worries. Okay, all right. So Gauri, please contact 88210431, which I'm sure you basically know. Okay, to claim your prize. Okay, all right. So we go on to the next. Yep. Contact 88210431. Okay, the next. Man, I think I overshot, but that's good. All right. I think there's a last prize. Okay, but wait, so we go to it, and we had okay. So this was the last one, and again, to help to build the next generation of thinkers and writers. I'm sorry I have to do always a commercial plug because we have to sell our books. So the 30 titles are here available. You can get it from my e-store, or you can go to GoGuru, which I hope you will, because the QR code is here and you can scan it. It's much, much easier to do it this way than to key in so much things. Yeah. Okay. And again, if you buy, you have if you buy $100 worth, you qualify, or you can do the YAS starter. Okay, it's via Zoom, but your child stands to win some prizes in the Singapore Young Author Award, and then also to move on to the AYAA Asian Young Author Award. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. To basically win, I think the top prize is 2,000 or 1,500, $1,800. Okay. I think some of you might say it's not about the winning. I do agree, it's not about the winning. It's more about writing that book. Okay, and our young authors have done it. And what is important, I think, is to give your child that sense that, hey, I can do something, because children, they are creative. They want to do something. They want to have they want to write and have something they can call their own. And when you write, trust me, all my young authors tell me this, and as an author myself, I tell you this. It's about having your own book. It's about living your own world in the first place, because hey, nobody can tell you what to do in your own world. You write, and when somebody reads your book, picks up your book and say, wow, I read this from first page to last and I can't put it down, and that is heaven for the young author. Yeah, so help us to build the next generation of thinkers and writers. Okay, and I hope you have time to make the scan. Okay, just snap the QR code so you can buy the books. Yeah. Okay, so now I go to the next. How has the YAA helped you to finally write your book? Okay, it's, I think, the final question. All right, and so we go on. Phoebe will be joining us tomorrow. She's not available today, right? And we have Olivia. Okay, Olivia, the question was, how has the YAA helped you to finally write your book?
So the YAA taught me the ropes of actually planning out and picking a genre for my story. I actually didn't know that you required so many drafts and so much editing just to produce one book. So the knowledge I picked up at the YAA was definitely invaluable to publishing my own book.
Right.
It also gave us a conducive environment to really get comfortable and write something. And the facilitator, which was you, in fact, you managed to give us some constructive feedback when we were facing a writer's block. And that definitely helped, because just a bit of a nudge from you managed to get our creative juices flowing. I also learned how to illustrate my own book. And from what I've read, a lot of authors don't actually get a say in the cover of your books. So this was definitely a very valuable experience to me.
Thank you very much. Very well answered. Yeah, I remember you were sprawling on the floor. You said something earlier on about sprawling on the floor. But I remember we did this in the Singapore Book Council. Yeah, we had this program. There were 7 of you, if I'm not wrong. And you were trying to write, and then if I'm not wrong, you were on the floor. Yeah, thank goodness the floor was quite clean. Yeah, and then you're drawing, and your mom was like, did she help you color, or was it another girl's mom? Can't remember. But you were like trying to finish it, and mom was trying to get you to do something else or something. Yeah, but great. You were so intent on finishing it, and I remembered also that when you shared the stories to drafts to each other, quite a few enjoyed your story a lot. Yeah, the first draft or the second draft, one of the drafts. Yeah, great. I'm glad the experience is invaluable, but I think I learned from all of you as well, because what is important, I guess, is to keep the idea coming. Yeah, and not to say, nah, this is not a great idea. And it helps that you write it out, because I guess sometimes when you key it too much, you forget, and you something that was not useful initially might come in useful later. Yeah. So as an author, I might not. I mean, your generation might not be like that. I tend to write out, yeah, and then I would basically just key in later. Okay. All right. Thank you, Olivia. And we have with Olivia, the next person would be Megan. Yes. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
Megan, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hello.
Yes. Hi. And the question was, how has the YAA helped you to finally write your book?
Well, just like Olivia said, YAA actually taught us the ropes, and YAA gave me the extra push I needed to write a book, because in the past, what I like to do was simply write snippets and on scraps of paper and paste it around a folder.
Me too.
But YAA actually taught me how to pull these snippets together to form a more complete story. So
Wonderful.
it allowed me to allow my book to run more smoothly. It
Wonderful.
also gave me a writing piece to commit to instead of
Yes.
just one shot scattered around.
Wonderful.
And the course also ran over the course of a few days, so that made sure that I did not procrastinate to finish the book, and I kept my eyes on the goal and did not sidetrack.
Wonderful. I like your haircut. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, really. I mean, you had long hair, yeah, and that was a drastic change. What made you go for this hairstyle?
I think I thought it was a good change instead of, it's more of like a way to refresh yourself and reset.
More refreshed. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. And so we have the next one, and the next one, I'm sure you know who that is. We have Anaf. Yes, Anaf, are you there? No, you're not the last. It's another person. Yeah, Anaf, are you there?
Yeah, there. Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Okay.
You're reading
So
Dan
the
Brown.
why
Sorry, Anaf.
the why
You're reading Dan Brown, Inferno. Or
sorry?
is that a book you just picked up? Your picture shows you reading Dan Brown. Okay, Inferno.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's just a book I picked up.
Okay. Have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it. But
Oh,
it's been
have you read
quite
the
a
whole
while.
series?
But
Uh-huh.
no, I've just read so Angels and Demons, another book, but I'm not quite sure. It's been a really long time since I read it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and did
More
you
busy in
watch,
studies, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Did you?
Yeah, I've seen the
did
movie.
you-
I've seen the movie.
Okay, what do you think of the movie versus the book?
No, I mean, the book is better in many ways because I think so. Book is what we call a hot medium, while movie is known as a cold medium. In a
Yes.
book, you get to fill in the gaps,
Yes.
and then
yes,
so it requires constant audience participation. So you get to
Yes.
imagine and procrastinate on what the
Yes.
situation might be.
All of you use the word procrastinate. Yes. Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
then
beautiful.
movies won't is quite the opposite of the situation, so there's a little or no uncertainty on what the situation might, because it's right in front of you. There's no need to imagine. You know what's going to happen. It's
Yes.
quite clear.
Yes. Yeah. Great. Wonderful. Okay, so you haven't answered my question actually, because I asked you another question.
Yeah, okay.
How did it help you?
Yeah,
your
okay,
book?
so I would say so yeah, the YA has helped me provide a platform, and I guess this might be an issue that many other authors face because they don't know how to publish. They don't know where to go even after they write something down. One of my my mother's friends is also facing a similar issue. Like, so her son has written like multiple books, but doesn't know what to do with it or how to publish because most of the publishers are for adults and not for kids. So I guess
Yeah.
it's provided a pretty good platform for people to publish
Yes.
and share the
Oh, after
stories.
all the hard work, I guess. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Great. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So, thank you, Anna. And we
Thank
have. I think I overshot the time. I'm only given like 1 hour, but I'm at 9:20. So sorry about it, everybody who's logging in. I think I have one last prize. Okay. So the next person I'm going to call on is, I think if I'm not wrong, it's Sadhana. Okay, so Sahana, are you there? Sahana, yes. I see you on here keying away. I
Yeah.
think it's your work. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
Sahana, how has the YA helped you in writing your book?
I think the YAA helped me in writing a book because I've always wanted to write a book, but then I never knew how to go about doing it. Especially since most writing competitions they have a fixed theme that they want you to write about. But YA was
Yes.
pretty free and you could choose your own genre and write about pretty much anything. So that really helped me write a book.
Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, Sadhana. Let me get yours. Oh yeah, Spark. You wrote Spark. Yes, wonderful. Okay. And we have basically thank you very much for that. Okay, and it's quiz time, basically. Have you got the answer to the last one? I think we did, right? The number 4 one. Okay. Gwen, have we sort of like we settled that, right? Because I need to settle that before we come to the last one. Are you there, Gwen? Kauri won the 4th. Okay, so now this is the 5th. Okay. All right. So we have the last one coming. We talked about writer's block. And my question is, of all the young authors, they spoke 4 of them. Okay, we missed one today. They all spoke about something. Okay, one thing. Okay, which is very long. You have to write it out. And all of the young authors suffered from it. Yeah, including me actually. And it's something we all authors do. All authors, maybe not even in writing, in every other aspect of life, we tend to do this. Okay. If you can give me the answer, okay, you get your anthology series. Okay. All right. It starts with P, by the way. P for Penang. P for Poland. All right. It's a very long word. Okay. You can give me the verb, you give me the noun, it doesn't matter. But all of my young authors actually suffered from this. Most authors suffer from this. Okay, I mean, quite many suffer from this. In fact, I think even a person who doesn't write suffers from this. Yeah, we tend to want to not do this until later. Okay, so what is the word for it? Okay, please spell it right because we're only giving to somebody who spells it right. This is about writing, so spell it right. Okay. Do you need me to repeat the question? Okay, all young authors suffer from it. Most young authors, as you hear me speak with them, my 4 young authors suffered from it. They overcame it because they managed to finish their book. But most important is they didn't quit. Yeah, let me show you this. Okay, this is something I picked up when I was somewhere overseas. I can't remember where. Okay, and it actually sort of like when I'm doing something and I stopped and whatever, I always go back to it. When you feel like quitting, think about why you started. Yeah, okay. It's a very good thing because I stick it in front of me because I have shelves of books, and sometimes when I write, I sit on the floor and write, and I have a small little table or a chair or something which I put, and then I write, or I key in, I put my computer there, and it stares at me. So when you feel like quitting, think about why you started. It helped me when I started the Young Author Scheme. I started this in 2003 with a head of department who gave me my first break in 2003, and he said, as an author, he said, you can write books. Can you teach my kids how to write? And so that started the Young Authors team. And till today, I haven't forgotten him. He's head of department for Anderson Primary School then in 2003. Now I think he's much retired. Yeah, but he taught me about persevering, because he gave me my first break, but well, I hope I didn't disappoint him. So anyway, again, when you feel like quitting, think about why you started. Okay, all right, okay. I think I actually have a lot more things to say, but I would think I'm gonna get killed if I continue. Okay, so this is the last question, and have we got an answer? Gwen, have we got an answer? No? Okay, let's wait. But let's finish this. I would okay, so we have Gwen, have you got an answer there? Or are we still waiting? Okay. Right, maybe what I could do is do this. Okay, so I'd like to thank my young authors. We have Arnav Goel, we have Sadhana Kumar, we have Olivia Chia, and we have, I can't remember who's the last one. Megan, yes, Megan. How can I forget you? Yeah, okay. So Megan and Sadhana and Arnav and Olivia, thank you very much for coming to this book launch. It was a bit unusual because we're doing it via live stream, and whereas most of the times we can do it physically, but I think for live stream we basically can get people everywhere to come in. Okay, and what I like about today's live stream is the part where we basically can they spoke about procrastination. Okay, that's the answer, and lots of other things. And in a certain sense, you feel that writing a book is not easy, but if you persevere, okay, and you don't give up hope, you would basically be able to make it. Yeah. All my young authors who have gone through the program, who have written a book, basically they learned something. It's the experience of it. They might not have won anything like they might not be like those who have won, the four of them, but they do experience something. And some parents have come back to me to say that writing when the child sees that book of his, it's like, hey, it gives them back the sense of confidence. Because to be very frank, I'm sharing my experience because I was a teenage author, and you basically are very quiet. I was a very quiet child, still am. Okay, when I'm an adult, and that's your world you live in. Okay, and most authors, they basically are quiet. They basically, they are not. They don't usually speak out. Okay, and their world is the book that they write or the books that they read. Okay, so again, my child writes well. Can he or she write a book? All right. So parents, if you are here, you might want to check this out. Right, I just share this. There is the YS Starter and the Young Author Scheme that you might want to enter your child in for the Asia Young Author Award. Yeah, there is the YS Starter, and we have Schedule 2 right now, May 24th, 25th, 26th. It's a starter workshop, and you can basically redeem it with $100 purchase from the Go Guru and my store as well. Okay, so this is the YS. And then the program, there are two, one for 10 to 13 and one for 14 to 17. Yeah. And this is the Asia Young Author Award. Okay. It's prizes. You have 7 genres you can write. And you can explore any of the genres. Yep. Okay. And the competition ends 31st August 2021. Yep. Okay. And so, okay, let me get out. Wait, give me this. Yeah, okay. So this ends actually today's launch, and I see here Olivia, Sadhana, Megan, Arnav, Carol Peng. Okay, you have the 5th prize. 5th quiz is won by Carol Peng, and Okay, so what was her answer? Gwen? What do y'all? Yes, thank you so much, Carol Peng. Yeah, for answering this. Procrastinate. Definitely, all of us procrastinate. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so, I'd like to thank all of you, my young authors. Thank you for coming in. Okay, Olivia, Sadhana, Megan, and oh, very nice, Josephine Ong, who won, I think, the third quiz. Says here, thank you, young authors. You are an inspiration to all. Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Josephine, for giving them the encouragement. They do need it. I mean, it's very lonely to write, yeah. And they have a lot of schoolwork as well. But for them to be wanting to write, I couldn't run through the last one, but for most of them, when I ask them what's next, they tell me that they might be writing another book. Yeah. Okay. And I'd like to thank Gwen as well, who had to look at all the answers, and count them. Gwen is editor of the Young Reader Club, all right? And some of you young authors might already know her, right? She'll be in touch with some of you who wants to actually write for the magazine, because I think that's good experience. You groom yourself to write. Yeah. Next time you might want to be a journalist. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. And also to the SBPA Secretariat, there's Yurik, there is Cecilia, who tirelessly worked with us to do this show. Yeah, thank you very much, Cecilia and Yurik, and I don't know who else is on, but thank you very much. Hi, Cecilia, where are you? Yurik, hi, and Cecilia. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, and we look forward to seeing everyone. Hopefully, do come in. Okay, again tomorrow. All right, bye. Thank you, everybody. Right, so.
The Singapore Book Publishers Association is celebrating UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day 2021 on the 23rd of April with a Book Bazaar promotion. The Book Bazaar will be held over a period of 10 days starting from the 23rd of April. This is a virtual book fair accompanied with programs curated for the consumers in mind. You can enjoy our fabulous book promotions, participate in our exciting webinars and book launches. Free audiobook and ebook and books to win is waiting for you. Hurry, visit bookbazaar.sg now.